Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and yes, I have been gone for a while, but we are back now. And we're going to kick off this week with a look at the lyrics of a song that deals with the inability of some in the church to accept sexuality in all its forms. What we're talking about is the song Hozier, or the band Hozier's song Take Me to Church. Not everybody, let me preface this, not everybody in the church is so heavily LGBTQ plus, but yeah, there are some very heavily anti-LGBTQ plus individuals who make it a big part of their faith to hate individuals such as that. And which is funny because if you know anything about Jesus, he's like, no, you do not have hate. So it's kind of contradictory. And in essence, it's not real faith. But anyway, we're not here for a discussion of faith. It's just part of what this video deals with. But yeah, Hozier, Take Me to Church. Let's go ahead. We're going to look at the genius.com about when they were listing the lyrics. Take Me to Church is the debut single by the Irish recording artist Hozier. It has become an international hit, reaching number one in 12 countries and has been certified 5 times platinum in the US. Take Me to Church was nominated for a Grammy Award for Song of the Year in 2015. Despite its widespread and international success, Hozier was a struggling musician when he recorded the song, and in fact, it wasn't until the music video, which is a critique of Russia's anti-LGBTQ policy, which some audiences have found controversial, went viral, that the song attracted attention. Take Me to Church is essentially about sex, Hozier said in an interview with New York Magazine in March of 2014, adding that it's not an attack on faith. It's about sex and it's about humanity, and obviously sex and humanity are incredibly tied. Sexuality and sexual orientation, regardless of orientation, is just natural. The song is about asserting yourself and reclaiming your humanity, an act of love, through an act of love. But yeah, that's what Hozier said about the song, the man himself who penned it and sung it. So yeah. The song has also garnered attention from musicians from around the world. It was, for example, covered on The Voice, and director David LaChapelle released an interpretive dance video for of Take Me to Church, featuring British Royal Ballet veteran Sergei Polonin, performing choreography by Jade Hell Christophe. But yeah, Christianity and humanity is so intertwined. It's part of who we are. Because simple biology is like, yeah, if you're going to continue as a species, you've got to be willing to reproduce, and reproduce requires you to have attraction. And, thus we want attraction, or we want the sex not to be a painful act, like knotting a dog, when dogs get knotted and stuff. But we won't, biology's like, why not make this something pleasurable that we want to continually do? And I know the talking points from some religious individuals. They're like, well, that's exactly why LGBTQ plus shouldn't exist. Motherfucker. They do. Get over it. They have the same right to happiness as you or I or anyone else. Period. Done. There is no but. No. They have that right to happiness as you and I. And if it's not physically affecting you, then it shouldn't matter. I would also say mentally, but you go, well, I think about it all the time, it makes me angry. No. Physically, though, it doesn't affect you. So get over it. Anyway, let's look at the lyrics. First, to break a cover of the lyrics as they are written, and then we'll get into the lyrics and break them down. Verse 1. My lover's got humor. She's the giggle at a funeral. Knows everybody's disapproval. I should have worshipped her sooner. If the heavens ever did speak, she's the last true mouthpiece. Every Sunday's getting more bleak. A fresh poison each week. We were born sick, you heard them say it. My church offers no absolutes. She tells me, worship in the bedroom. The only heaven I'll be sent to is when I'm alone with you. I was born sick, but I love it. Command me to be well. We get into the pre-chorus. Amen, amen, amen. And into the actual chorus. Take me to church, I worship like a dog at the shrine of your lies. I'll tell you my sins and you can sharpen your knife. Offer me that deathless death. Oh, good God, let me love you my life. Take me to church, I'll worship like a dog at the shrine of your lies. I'll tell you my sins and you can sharpen your knife. Offer me that deathless death. Oh, good God, let me give you my life. And then we get into the next verse. If I'm a pagan of the good times, my lover's the sunlight. To keep the goodness on my side, she demands a sacrifice. Drain the whole sea, get something shiny, something meaty for the main course. That's a fine looking high horse. What you've got in the stable. We've a lot of starving faithful. That looks tasty. That looks plenty. This is a hungry work. And back to the chorus. Take me to church, I'll worship like a dog at the shrine of your lies. I'll tell you my sins so you can sharpen your knife. Offer me my deathless death. Oh, good God, let me live, give you my life. Take me to church, I'll worship like a dog at the shrine of your lies. I'll tell you my sins so you can sharpen your knife. Offer me my deathless death. Oh, good God, let me give you my life. And we get into the bridge. No masters or kings when the ritual begins. There is no sweeter innocence than our gentle sin. In the madness and soil of that sad earthly scene, only then I am human, only then I am clean. And we get into the pre-chorus. Oh, amen, amen, amen. And we end with the chorus. Take me to church, I'll worship like a dog at the shrine of your lies. I'll tell you my sins and you can sharpen your knife. Offer me that deathless death. Oh, good God, let me give you my life. Take me to church, I'll worship like a dog at the shrine of your lies. I'll tell you my sins and you can sharpen your knife. Offer me that deathless death. Oh, good God, let me give you my life. Okay. This song on itself doesn't speak specifically on LGBTQ+, but the video very clearly is. But as Hozier himself was quoted mentioning, the song deals with the sexuality and humanity, as they are the same thing. And he is treating it almost as a religious experience here. So, first thing he says, my lover's got humor. She's the giggle at a funeral. So, yeah. Maybe you know those kind of people, it's like there's things they shouldn't really laugh at, but they do. They've got that, that odd sense of humor, but still, they're a good person, or, well, you enjoy being with them, I should say. And so even at times when it seems not polite, like at a funeral, you could still get a chuckle, giggle. But yeah. Knows everybody's disapproval. I should have worshipped her sooner. So yeah. She knows what it feels like to be disapproved of. She knows the kinds of people who disapprove. Should have, been with her sooner, I guess is what we're trying to say here. If the heavens ever did speak, she's the last true mouthpiece. So she speaks her mind. She don't care. She's just going to say it as it is. Say what's on her mind. Every Sunday's getting more bleak. A fresh poison every week. So, yeah. Sundays usually, of course, is church. I'm not sure exactly where they're pulling that from. but I think it's having to do with religious implications. But then they're like, Hozier, the lyrics go, "We were born sick. You heard them say it. My church offers no absolutes." So yeah, even though people may disapprove of them, what they're doing, they can hear the whispers. They know how people think. They don't care. She tells me worship in the bedroom. I'm on the only heaven I'll be sent to. So, honestly, when at church you're confronted sometimes with such backstabbing and bickering and just pettiness, and even at times it can get horrible, vile. She's like, hey, the only time we'll get to go to heaven is when we're together in that bedroom. Or if we're alone in the house, the apartment, whatever, we could it could be in the bedroom, the shower, on the kitchen table, on the couch, wherever. Is when I'm alone with you. The only heaven I'll be sent to is when I'm alone with you. So yeah, he's like, hey, that's when it just feels amazing. I was born sick, but I love it. Command me to be well. So he's given himself over to the enjoyment of being in each other's physical company, sexuality, that heated embrace. But yeah. And he's like, I just don't care. All I need is you right now. And yeah. So we hear the amen, amen, amen. Again, it's comparing it to church. The chorus, take me to church. I worship like a dog at the shrine of your lies. So, yeah, no matter who they may be, they may not be the best of people, but there's that moment when it's like, mm. There's and this can go the other way. Women are often tricked by guys because you'll often see a woman made pregnant and then left to be on her own. And that's not how it should be. But I can tell you, as a guy, yeah, that testosterone when you get in that mood, which guys are often in, the blood flow don't go as well up here, and you're not thinking as much as you should. Because all you're thinking of is the lower brain, so to speak. Yeah. And of course, women can have attraction too. They can be attracted. It don't really hit them the hardest until later in life, but guys early on they're like sex. Yeah. But anyway, I'll tell you my sins and you can sharpen your knife. Offer me that deathless death. So, again, he's comparing the sexuality to being in church. Giving his confession you know, and as often some judgmental people, judgmental religious people can be, kind of sharpening that metaphorical knives to use against you. Yeah. And then, of course, offer me that deathless death. In religion, that would, of course, be when the individual dies and their spirit goes to heaven or hell, or in other religions, uh, rebirth and all the different forms of post life that many of the religions believe in. But in the term of sexuality, sex, a deathless death, is orgasm. It's the same as in the song, I Just Died in Your Arms Tonight. Oh, I just died in your arms tonight. It's, again, a reference to that moment of orgasm. So, yeah. And then, oh good God, let me give you my life. So, such as in different forms of religion, you are, you know, converted into a believer in whatever forms those religions accept you as. Um, you know, such as with many Christian ideations, it's baptism. You know, because you're giving your life to God. But in terms of sexuality, it's no, I'm giving my life to you because the sex is so friggin' good. So, yeah. And then take me to church, we repeat the same lines. So it's twice in every chorus. We go on to verse 2. If I'm a pagan of the good times, my lover's the sunlight to keep. So, yeah. In the ideation of pagan religions, many of them were sun worshippers. And so they worship the sun. And again, for him, the lover is the sun, the sunlight in his life. To keep the goddess on my side, she demands a sacrifice. So, yeah. So, as some religions often required sacrificial items of some kind, Old Testament Christianity often referred to sacrificing goats and other things on the altar. Other religions, you often heard, especially with like ancient Greek gods and stuff, sacrifice it to the gods, burn it on the altar. And for him, being with her, she is his goddess, so he will sacrifice to her. Give, whether it be gifts, money, time, So you can see how it melds together so well here. Drain the whole sea, get something shiny, something meaty for the main course. So, yeah. Buried treasure, the whole idea, or, yeah. This might be a reference to the fact that when a guy does get hard, when he gets an erection, the blood drains down there. So, yeah. And so you're draining the whole sea of blood, so to speak, to get something shiny, something meaty for the main course, the actual act. So, yeah. That's a fine looking high horse. What you got in the stable? Yeah. We've a lot of starving faithful. That looks tasty. That looks plenty. This is hungry work. So again, that feeling, that sex drive, that feeling of lust, it overtakes you, and you often hear about, I think, one of the newer phrases, people being thirsty. They need to sate that thirst. slake that thirst. And so yeah, I need to sate the sex drive. Often one of the jokes you'll hear is about what's called post nut clarity, because often guys are like, as I mentioned before, when the second brain down there takes control, this brain is like, so yeah, but it's like after that orgasm, it's like, very well, when we see by the equation of pi squared. So yeah, it's really what it feels like sometimes. Because all of a sudden it's like, I've got no issues now. I'm happy. I can do things. But yeah, then we go back to the chorus. Same lines again. Take me to church, worship like a dog at the shrine of your lies. I'll tell you my sins so you can sharpen your knives. Offer me my deathless death. Oh, good God, let me give you my life. When we go into the bridge, no masters or kings from the when the ritual begins. You're two people on the same level. There is no sweeter innocence than our gentle sin. Yeah. There's so many restrictions. Again, this is part of the issue with religion. Because a lot of people zealously attack sexuality of all kinds when they're supposedly religious. But again, this is something that has to be done because it is a part of being human. To extend a species, to show affection. So even though it's sometimes seen as a sin in certain forms, it's still just, I can feel no more definitive way to show how I feel. In the madness and soil of that sad earthly scene, only then I am human, only then I am clean. So, yeah. Again, that, as I mentioned before, post-nut clarity, post-orgasm sanity. Because as I said before, you're like that caveman sniffing. So yeah. But once the act has been done, it's like you feel much more at peace. Oh, oh, amen, amen, amen is the pre-chorus, and we go back to the chorus one final time. So yeah, that's "Take Me to Church" by Hozier. Now, they also have a Wikipedia page talking about it. The song is by Irish singer-songwriter Hozier. It was released as his debut single on 13th September 2013, originally featuring on his extended play of the same name before being featured as the opening track of his 2014 debut album, Hozier. A struggling musician at the time of its composition, Hozier wrote and recorded the song in the attic of his parents' home in County Wicklow. A mid-tempo soul song, its lyrics use religious terminology to describe a romantic relationship in the face of church discrimination. The song caught the attention of Rubyworks Records, where producer Rob Kerwin collaborated with Hozier on its final recording. The accompanying music video premiered in September 2013, directed by Brendan Canny, Emmett O'Brien, and Connell Thompson. It was shot in black and white and follows a romantic relationship between two men and the violent homophobic attack that followed. Upon its YouTube release in September 2013, the video quickly went viral, leading to Hozier's subsequent license with Columbia Records in the US and Island Records in the UK. In 2014, the song achieved widespread global popularity, topping the charts in 12 countries and reaching the top 10 in 21 other territories. The song also received critical acclaim. Aided by musical platforms Shazam and Spotify to become a rock radio hit in the US, the song spent 23 consecutive weeks at the top of the Hot Rock Songs chart, tied with Imagine Dragons' song Radioactive as the longest running #1 in chart history at the time. Take Me to Church later crossed over to the Billboard Hot 100, where it peaked at #2 in December 2014. The song was nominated for the Grammy Award for Song of the Year at the 57th Annual Grammy Awards and has been certified Diamond in the US, Australia, Canada, and France. So yeah. Talk about background composition. The music video. The music video for Take Me to Church was made by Brendan Canny and Connell Thompson of Feel Good Lost, a small-scale Irish production company hired by Rubyworks, and was released on the 25th of September 2013. The video was filmed primarily in the city of Cork. According to Canty, the video was made on a budget of €1,500, equivalent to €1,859 in 2023. The story for the video came from Hozier himself, who wanted to bring attention to the repression and persecution faced by the gay community in Russia. The video features two men played by Emmanuel Ryabhag and Daniel Coughlin in an intimate romantic homosexual relationship. Later on, one of the men is kidnapped from his house, dragged into a forest, and violently kicked by a lynch mob. Apart from the official video clip, another one directed by David LaChapelle went viral in 2015, featuring Sergei Polunin dancing Jade Hell Christoph's choreography. It was commissioned for a documentary film titled Dancer, directed by Stephen Canton, and yet leaked online by LaChapelle before the premiere at Sundance Selects. It was created as a farewell to dance, but its online success was an important factor in his decision to keep dancing, since he found a new audience and a newly found artistic freedom. Hozier collaborated with Polunin in Movement video in 2018 as a nod to his work on Take Me to Church. Polunin posted a series of homophobic, sexist, and fatphobic comments about his fellow dancers on Instagram in 2019. Hozier distanced himself and expressed his disappointment in Polunin's ideas, which were in contrast to Take Me to Church's official video and song that gave him a second chance. So yeah. But the video, it's more what I was talking about in the opening of this. There are some who are so against love that they see as wrong, that they will hurt them. They often will kill them. I've mentioned it before, but here in the U.S. in 98, 97, something like that. Anyway, in Wyoming, Matthew Shepard, young gay man, beaten and tied to a fence, I think. Anyway, yeah, it was a young gay man beaten who died from the injuries. And it's like, why? You took a life for what purpose? What did it accomplish? What? What did it accomplish? And yeah, the video is kind of in that vein, but dealing with the issues in Russia. And on a side note, it does remind me a whole lot of a KKK, Ku Klux Klan lynching, because these were individuals dressed up in a group. The one guy had, I guess it was a flare or whatever. It was producing fire, flame light. And they took them to a bonfire. They beat them and everything. And I'm like, all you need is burning crosses and them wearing hoods. And it's the same thing. Commercial performance, track listing, performances, and use in media, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, yeah. And like I said, we'll have the video here as well if you do want to watch it. So I'll always try to post a copy of the video. A link to the video, I should say, in the description box below the video. But yeah. But we'll end this episode here. As always, educate thyself. Think, read, study, learn. Someone tells you something you have trouble believing. Ask them to cite their sources. I'll be putting my sources and links in the description box below the video. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, later.